Hi everyone, welcome back for another tutorial. In this tutorial I want to show you how I created this image. So let's close this and let's go to my Adobe Bridge, and I'm going to go through the entire process. So basically what I did was I was after some light trails like so, and I wanted a battery power station right here as well. So basically the light trails would lead to my main subject, which would be in my opinion, the power station. So what I did was I shot bracketed. I shot a few sets of brackets, so different exposures, until I had enough information to work on an image. So I'm going just to show you. This is the first image I shot, and as you can see, I'm just going to try, and as you can see, I have different combination of light trails. Like so. So what I did after was I had a selection of the images I wanted to use. So in this case it will be right here. So this is my selection. So I've got nice details on the highlights. In here I was bringing some more detail into the image, and I've got some light trails in here and light. So light trails and light trails. So just a matter of combining all of them together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going just to select these images. So I've got all these 4 images selected. I'm going to Tools, Photoshop, and I'm going to merge with GR Pro, like so. And now Photoshop will do its magic and try to bring all of those images into one single image. And here we are at Merge with GR Pro in Photoshop. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure I'm working on 32-bit mode and remove ghosts. So based on this highlighted image, so it's trying to remove ghosts based on this image right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the other one, which looks terrible, and the other one looks even worse, and the other one which looks even worse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick with this here, with this first option. So as you can see, this is the one overexposed by 3.57 stops. The reason why numbers are not super accurate is because of a very simple reason. As soon as I take the first photo, I just go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 with the dial, and it's one stop. And if the first shot was like 3.57 minus 3.57, obviously it will add increments of 1 stop. So that's why some weird numbers in there. So let's turn in ACR. So basically this photo will be taken as it is to Adobe Camera Raw, where I can start processing the entire image. And here we are in Adobe Camera Raw. So as you can see, as it is, it looks quite cool, but let's enhance everything in this image. So first thing I want to do is I want to check the white balance. Auto, let's try fluorescent, tungsten, it's too blue, so fluorescent I think might work. I'll see how it goes in a second. So what I want to do is, first I want to grab my graduated filter, and I'm just going to click the minus or the plus of any of these sliders. Basically it will reset all the others. So I'm going to click plus on the temperature, and as you can see, reset all of the other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold shift and drag, and I want this area here a bit warmer, something like so, and I'll leave it as it is for now. I can always come back and tweak it to my taste. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring down the highlights. So as you can see, I have a bit more nice detail, open up the shadows nicely, and add some exposure. And as you can see, it's looking quite cool, but probably this area here still needs a bit more warmth. So I'm going to select the graduated filter, selecting that, and I want to add a bit more temperature. Probably just bring it down a touch more. Whoops. Come on, Z. So let's select this one here. Come on. And just bring it down a touch more. Still holding shift now. And something like this. Yeah, it's looking good. So very cool. So now I want to add some clarity, and as you can see, clarity, it's like adding contrast, just focusing on midtones, not the overall image. So it's looking quite cool, as it's like sharpening the light trails of the trains. So I want to see my whites, probably just a bit too much, bring down the highlights a bit more, add a bit more contrast, obviously some vibrance, and let's see tungsten now. Ooh, still too strong. Let's go something like so. Yeah, very cool. I think it works as it is. And as you can see, it's looking rather cool. Let's see the exposure. If I bring it down a touch and add a bit more clarity, like so, add a bit of dehaze. Dehaze, basically, it's like clarity on steroids. So be very careful, don't go too far, because if you go too far, it just messes up everything. As you can see, look, actually it does look quite cool. Interesting. So I'll just go something like this, probably just open shadows a bit more. We've got enough black, so let's bring the whites a bit more, add a bit more tint to the image, add a bit of exposure. I think it looks quite cool. So select sharpening, sharpen, holding the Alt key and mask out, like so. Add a bit noise reduction and click OK. And as you can see, it's done. New feature in the latest version of Photoshop is when you're working with a 32-bit image in Camera Raw, as soon as you bring it to Photoshop, it changes straight away to 16-bit, as you can see here. So this way, easier to save. Like, I'm just going to save it, so save as JPEG and save. So before you had to go around other ways to save the image, but now you can actually save it. So last thing to do here is grab my crop tool, retain my original ratio, just crop something like so, something like this. Yep. Create a new blank layer above it, zoom in, grab my clone stamp tool and clean up this light here. So I'll just go like this and just try to get rid of this light in a way that looks better. It's not as distracting. I'm just going to make my brush just a bit bigger. There you go. And just keep it lined like so. Obviously I would spend a bit more time with this cleaning up this area, but you get the idea. So something like this, like so, and this area here as well. Obviously I could crop a bit more, but I didn't want to do that. I'm just going to make it slightly bigger and add a bit more flow, speed up the process. So like this, like so, and as you can see, it's getting there. Obviously I would spend a bit more time in here, so it's down to you if you want to spend a bit more time. But as you can see, even though it was that very dirty way to do it. Still does the job nicely. Just spend a bit more time. But there you go. Here is how I created this, in my opinion, great image of the Battersea Power Station with some trains leading to the power station. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, share with this video with your friends, follow me on social media, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.